Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Today's sabad continues from Todi Mahalla Panjwa, as revealed by the fifth Nanak, Guru Arjan. And the sabad, the Rahau, is Har Har Charan Ridhai Urdhare Simar Swami Satgur Apna Karj Safal Hamare. So it is pointing to Karj Safal, success. So we will see what this success consists of. The sabad. Todi Mahalla Panjama Har Har Charan Ridhai Urdhare Simar Swami Satgur Apna Karj Safal Hamare. Rahau. The charan of Har are held in the heart. This is the literal rendition. Har Har Charan Ridhai Urdhare, in the deepest chamber of the self. So now literally we know that charan means feet, but in the devotional vocabulary that Gurbani uses, the feet of the Har or the Guru symbolize refuge, grounding, humility, direction, and an intimate nearness. So to say, hold the Har's charan in the heart, is to make the divine our inner ground, our moral compass, our emotional anchor, and the place where the self bows out of its egoic control. Ridhai Ur both point to the heart, but we are not talking simply about the physical organ. They're referring to the interior center of consciousness, the place where we store trust, fear, love, longing, and identity. So Ridhai Urdhare means more than just keeping in the heart. It means that my orientation, total orientation, has been installed at the core of my own consciousness. And then Simar Swami Satguru Apana, it means to remember the master, literally, through one's own Satgur. So Simar is not mechanical repetition or mechanical repetition alone. It is sustained conscious alignment. It is the repeated returning of attention to the deepest reality until remembrance becomes the atmosphere of the mind. It just becomes natural. And Satgur, again, is not only an external guide, Satgur is also the truth-revealing wisdom principle within that awakens the mind from its own illusion. It may come through the sabad, through the living discipline of Gurbani, through sangat, through inner recognition. So to remember through the Satgur is to let awakened wisdom guide one's perception. And then the result is Karaj Safal Hamare, means our task, purpose, or life work becomes fruitful. So this is coming into alignment. What is being said is not just a worldly assignment, it is the work of making life itself successful, becoming whole, becoming truthful, being awakened, aligned with hukam, with your own hukam. The first reflection after the Rao, Punn Dan Puja Paramesar Har Kirat Tat Bichare Gun Gavat Atul Sukh Paya Thakur Agam Apare. Punn, Dan, Puja. They relate to merit, charity, worship. These are major categories of religious life in India. Pun means accumulated virtue. Dan means giving, generosity, redistribution. And puja, of course, worship, reverence. The Guru here is extracting their essence. He's not dismissing them. He's telling you what they really mean. Har Kirata, Tat Bichare, Punna Dan Puja Paramesar, Har Kirata Tat Bichare. That the true core, the Tat, of all of these activities is the contemplation and praise of Har. Praise in contemporary language would mean not religious performance, but the development of virtue, qualities. Tat, essence, the underlying truth beneath outer forms. So the Sabad is asking us to look past the shell of action into its living center. Where is the action coming from? Charity without remembrance, for instance, can become ego. Worship without awareness can become habit. Virtue without humility can become self-image. But when all of these are infused with Har Kirata, they return to their true purpose. And as I said, Gun Gavat, singing of the qualities, means to assimilate them. And the qualities of compassion, fearlessness, truthfulness should be sustained. Atul Sukh means immeasurable peace, not ordinary pleasure that depends mostly on external circumstance. It is not mood, comfort. It is a grounded feeling that cannot be calculated because it arises from contact with what is beyond comparison. And what is beyond comparison? Thakur Agam Apare. That Thakur, the Master, the Har, that is inaccessible to ordinary grasping. With that reality that is deeper than the thinking mind can capture and wider than any concept can contain. It is actually pointing to the intuitive side of the mind, which is not dependent on thought. And now on to the second reflection, the conclusion. Jo jan par bram apne kine tinka bahur kach na bichare naam ratan sun jap jap jiva har nanak kanth majhare. Parabrahm, that supreme reality which is beyond all limited forms and categories. So what it is saying is it's pointing to the infinite ground of existence itself that cannot be confined to any kind of image, any kind of identity. So jan parabrahm apne kine. Apne kine meaning bonding. This is the language of belonging. The seeker is no longer self-owned or ego-owned. It belongs to that supreme being. Parabrahm apne kine, tinka bahur kach na bichare. Their accounts are not considered. In the older idiom, it might sound like there is some sort of an audit, a ledger. But what it really means is when you are truly claimed by Naam, Jo jan par brahm apne kine, par brahm is Naam, tinka bahar kashna bichare, meaning there is no longer any auditing, no cause and effect. What that means is that you're no longer acting out of previous patterns over and over and over again, creating a sort of karmic history in your own mind. This is grace interrupting the old identity. It doesn't mean moral irresponsibility, though. It means transformation. The past is there, but it is no longer has final authority. You're being re-offered by divine longing. Namaratan sun jap jap jiva. That's the way of the new life. The central life frequency becomes Nam, divine presence. Sun jap jap jiva, hearing it, repeating it, remembering it. It's spiritual respiration. Nam becomes breath, nourishment, orientation, and vitality. Tar Nanak kantha majhare. Kantha, the throat. It is held in the throat, the place of voice, the place of breath, the place of expression and song. So it lives in one's speech, one's breath, one's tone, in one's way of addressing the world. That is what Kantha Majhare means. This is where your inner consciousness becomes outer expression. So when Har is in the Kant, speech is no longer merely personal reaction. It becomes remembrance, made more audible. So this is the complete path that the Sabbath gives us. Hold the divine ground within. Make it your compass. Let the Satguru awaken you. This is that awakened wisdom. And see the essence of virtue, charity, and worship. Develop qualities and receive Nam as the jewel. So this is the success of an awakened human life. When the heart carries the Charan, when the throat carries Nam, and when mind lives in Simran, then the courage of this birth becomes safal, fruitful. So, I think the question we ought to ask ourselves is, where is the center of my heart placed? What reality is shaping my speech? And what remembrance gives me life? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.